All right, just a quick update on what I see happening on Euro USD. So, as expected, or rather as anticipated, I was looking to see the April candle close below this uh, 1 month balance price range, and for the purpose of using it as a point of resistance on the monthly time frame. Now, it has to be said that the wicks can paint outside of the lines. So, what I'm anticipating now is for this May monthly candle to not close above this inversion fair value gap balance price range, right? I still have the bias that US dollar wants to go higher and euro wants to, I guess, go lower as a result, right? If the dollar's gaining strength, then the euro should be inversely correlated. So, with that in mind, now I'm anticipating this month going lower. Let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's happening. Right, this is a new week opening gap. Price came down into that during the last day of April. So if we go to April, we see the 30th of April. Uh, well, actually, on the 1st of May, it came down to that new week opening gap and then started expanding higher. As in my previous analysis, there's a lot of imbalance inefficiencies up here, and price is going to come there sooner or later, right? So it in April it came to this wick here on the 11th of April, but did not break the high. It consolidated and then expanded down onto this trend line, bouncing on the retail trend line, which I like. It's built engineering some liquidity, which is it's in line with my analysis, right, of euro going lower. But now we see euro going higher. So what's likely to happen, or what I'm anticipating, is for the euro to come into this area, probably at least into the 62% of this fib range. This is a fib, by the way. I will put the levels here. Okay. I don't expect price to do exactly this, right? It's just what I'm kind of anticipating, price coming into this area and breaking down from there, maybe consolidating, possibly into up here into the 72%, or I see it going as high as this new month opening gap. If we go to the monthly, the small gap here, I think that's quite likely. Maybe uh, more into the wick. Let me see. Well, actually, okay, I had that removed because it's so small. Let me put it back in. New week, new month opening gap, and we see this large wick here. Let's go to the weekly. We see a nice weekly order block. Go to the daily. The daily, we get this nice breaker. If we go down to the 12-hour, 11. Okay, I think this was a gap, so it's most likely just going to show as a wick. But probably as high as this new week opening gap here, right? So we'll probably see that. We'll probably see price continue higher, create some manipulation, maybe during the second week of May, because the dollar is seasonally strong during the month of May, and we see the dollar dropping right at this point of time. So I see this as a power of three monthly candle. Okay, this is the monthly gap over here, and I anticipating the month not closing there, right? So what's likely going to happen? It's going to start popping up, come here. It's going to come down to this trend line, probably bounce a little bit, stop a little bit, and then give up the ghost and start expanding lower to my areas of my targets, Sellside Liquidity, the relative equal bodies, and further into some monthly gaps here. If you look at my other analysis that I posted, you'll find that over there. So this is just an update on what I see happening. I'll quickly go down to the dollar. See my areas of interest there. See the dollar creating all these relative equal lows. Yep, it's going to be taken. And this relative equal highs, which are likely going to be taken as well, right? So we saw the dollar come into this new day opening gap, liquidity void, consolidated, expanded down one more time, looked like it was breaking up. And that was the candle that made it look like it was time to go up, right? And during FOMC yesterday on the 1st of May, we saw price come back down. So you could have taken a long here, but it did not break that high. It's not ready yet. We're still in a premium. What do I have annotated here? Okay, let's go to the monthly first. All right, we see the monthly. Perhaps a retest of this monthly CB. It was used as resistance. Now it's potentially used as support again. If we go to the weekly, it's down here. We saw price come into the weekly gap, chip chat, took out the high, and then now it's going lower again. So potentially down into there. Okay, the 2 week is going to close in after Friday, and we'll have another 2 week gap here, which is nice. So on the 3-day, I have this area that I'm interested in potentially seeing a reversal for $1 back to the upside. So price coming to this 3-day gap, also in this weekly gap. So I think price is going to come down into this R2F gap, which is my signature gap. Even without a bias, it's relatively reliable, but I do have the bias on my side. So 3-day, likely to see a couple of stabs on the daily, some accumulation, manipulation, and then expanding higher and potentially going higher from there, right? Maybe into the zone and potentially making new highs. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm anticipating, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay. All right. See you next time.